All right, today we're going to learn how to make a pyramid using just a sheet of paper, a pair of scissors, a pen or a pencil, and some glue. Now we're going to be making some straight edges and other ways to create perfectly straight lines, but we're going to do it just using the materials here. You don't need a ruler for this. Now, if you're making a pyramid that's supposed to go on top of something that already exists, like this rectangular prism, you want to think about the length of each side. Now, luckily, if you watched my rectangular prism video, all of the sides are exactly the same, so you won't have to worry too much about that. But you'll be able to make a rectangular prism with tabs that you could easily glue on top of another form to create more complicated shapes and sculptures. Now you can also make yours taller or shorter than this. This one's pretty short. I wouldn't go much shorter than this, otherwise it's just going to end up looking a little too flat. But I'm going to talk about that in just a second. So our first step is we're going to turn our paper sideways because we're going to be using quite a bit of space. And I'm also going to rip the edge off of here to make a straight edge. Now, straight edge is just something that is straight and firm enough for you to trace across it without it wiggling around. So if I tried to just use the paper itself, it's usually a little too thin and I'll end up with lumps and different lines. I like to fold it at least one time, but you can fold it in half and then fold that in half again to create a nice thick piece of paper you can use as a straight edge. Because now we've folded up 4 different layers of paper. Sorry, that's not focusing. And we have a nice thick edge. So our first step is going to be to create the basic triangle with its little tab at the bottom. So I like to start by folding the tab up from the bottom. So I just take it in my fingers, roll it up, and press it down. We're not going to worry so much about how straight the edges are or how square it is because we're going to be going kind of in a circle anyways. Now, after folding up my edge here, I'm going to unfold it. This is just going to be my tab, so I'm going to pay it no mind. I'm not going to think about how it is. We could also just fold it over, or flip it over, I mean. Now, if you are doing something with a form that already exists, like this rectangular prism, you're going to want to measure that bottom. And since we're going to measure without a ruler, we're just going to line it up with that edge. Sorry, I realize this is a little hard to see, but I just slide it up, line it up with the edge, making sure to leave a little space, and you'll see why in a bit. So after leaving a little space on the side, I'm just going to make 2 little marks where those edges of my rectangular prism are. Now, since we want to make a triangle, we want to make sure that the point is exactly in the center and not kind of off to the side. So to do that, we're going to fold these over so they touch. So it's a little difficult because you're going to have to pay very close attention. So we're just going to fold the paper and then looking at those edges. So I can see the edges right here. Just going to slide it until they make a little smooch. The edge is lined up here. And then I'm going to pinch just a little bit. I'm not pinching all the way up because that's going to bother our triangle later. So now we've found the width of our triangle, and we've also given us a perfect center line. Now, this triangle here was about this tall. So the distance from the corner to the top was about the same. I would recommend going up a little higher than you think you need to. So I've figured out where on my center line I want my triangle to end, which will determine how tall it is. I take my straight edge with its most folded side, and I'm going to line it up on both edges. So where my mark meets the bottom and where my mark meets the center line. I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 little lines. So I've connected all of the points. the width here, and the height in the center. Now here's where we start to cut. We're going to use this as a template and kind of flop it over to create almost a round semicircular shape out of triangles. So I pull this down because this is going to be my tab, and I'm just going to make some snips at the bottom. Don't worry if they're perfectly straight. So I've got my snips at the bottom, and then I'm going to cut out one side. Trying to be as straight as possible. Now the reason I cut out just one side is so I can fold on this line and get a perfectly symmetrical copy. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and trace it again. And just like I was talking about with the straight edge, you'll probably see how it gets kind of wiggly because it's only 1 page thick. So we've got one side cut out. We kept the other intact so it could be connected to the rest of them. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut the bottom edge out, but then leave this line. There's a little fold down here in that flap, but it doesn't matter too much, so don't worry about it. So everything right now is cut out except for this one line. We're going to take both of these and fold them on this line so it copies both of our triangles. Because a pyramid is going to be 4 sides, we already have 2, and we're multiplying it by 2 because we're going to be cutting through 2 sheets of paper. So I'm just going to outline those edges. And I open it up. Ta-da! Now there's no line between here, so if you would like to, you can use your straight edge, but it's not necessary because you'll end up kind of figuring that fold out anyways. So here you have almost like a little flower petal. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles and the tabs down at the bottom. Again, if you would like to connect from little corner to corner to tell you where to put the tabs, that's fine. And if you press down kind of hard, you will even kind of tell the paper where to bend, which makes it a lot easier when you're folding later. And finally, because we've been talking so much about the tabs at the bottom, we can't forget the tabs on the side. I like to just kind of make a little triangular line that goes up and connect it. You want to make sure that it is big enough, about the size of a pencil, because too small and you're going to have a super hard time like I did with this one. All right, so now that we've made all of our lines, we have our 4 triangles with the tab rectangles at the bottom and 1 little trapezoid on the side. We're going to cut them out. Now the cool part is after you've done all this, the hardest part is done. All we got to do is fold and glue. Now you can easily, if you have a printer, find templates that people have made that already do this for you, but I understand that not everyone's got a printer at home. And since you might want to do something like this one day when you don't have a printer, that's why I bothered to show you all the ways to do it without fancy tools. All right, so from here, we're going to fold on those lines, fold in our tabs inside. And I like to fold these in because it's going to hide all of our pencil marks. So I'm making sure that every line gets a fold. And you can even see through to make sure that you've matched everything up just to be safe. And once you have all of your folds, we can start putting it together. We're just going to slide the tab underneath the other edge. And ta-da! It's already made its pyramidal shape. So we apply a little glue to our outside tab. Bring the flat edge on top to match on the crease. And with our fingers inside, I've got like 2 fingers here. And I'm using that to press it straight down Give a little 10 count. And when I let go, ta-da! I have a perfect and beautiful pyramid. Finally, because of these tabs, we can use them a couple different ways. If your rectangular prism already has a flat top, you can just tuck these in, sort of like closing up a box or like closing up our rectangular prism, and glue those down by the flaps onto the top. Ta-da! Now, if you don't have a top already on your work, like this, for example, let's see, I hope they're the same size. They're close enough. But so you can tuck the tabs in or just snip them off. Put glue on one to start. So I'm folding it the other way so you can see. So I'm putting the glue on one edge to start. Oh, hello, come back. And then I'm just going to slide it inside. So I slide the tab in and stop, whoops, when I get to the fold. Again, I'm holding it for about a 10 count, but I'm doing it in my head because you guys are old enough to do that, I think. Now, the cool thing about this is that before you get the rest of it on there, you could just keep this as kind of like a little secret house-shaped box. Again, if your edges, this one is slightly off, but you can keep it as kind of like a little house-shaped box and just, ta-da, surprise, or just go back in and glue your flaps up on top. It's going to be a little hard to slide these in, so maybe tape would be helpful, or just coming in from the other side with a pencil. And again, this is close but not perfectly aligned in size. But again, since the bottom is still open, I can come in with a pencil or a pen and just use that to kind of rub the edges together like that. Again, this would work better if I had measured it out for this. But so those are the two ways that you can take a pyramid and adhere it or glue it to another shape. Again, I can even just tuck these in like folding a box, and I'm going to stick it on the house shape it was meant for. I got that one tab that's a little goofed up. But once that's glued down, ta-da! I have now added a pyramid to a rectangular prism.